Hey guys, thanks for joining me. We're tuning into the West TAWAKONI City Council meeting. It's supposed to be broadcasting. I'm probably going to have to call in as well just to make sure that we get it, because I've never attended one of these meetings by a WebEx portal before. So I'm not even sure if they're actually going to share the meeting. Today's agenda, it's a special session. It's a call. Hold on.
One from your handset, or you can visit a Metro PCS store. Thank you.
That's awesome. So I can't call in from my phone. Today's agenda meeting is to consider the appeal of termination for Mike Stafford. Mike Stafford, well, I didn't do any preparation for this. Mike Stafford, see if I can pull up the article, was a witness in a case several years ago. Which spawned this article. So this was posted on March 3rd, 2008 on the Herald Banner, which is the local Greenville, Texas, basically county paper. So this is a photo, and I don't know if you can see it clearly, but there's some hair, or at least what appears to be hair. It could also be a chicken butt feather hanging out of the window. The official report says that that a Hunt County Sheriff's Office patrol vehicle was driven into a tree, presumably by Tiffany Bates, at least allegedly, of West TAWAKONI. They say that she was under the influence of alcohol and drove the vehicle into a tree about a half mile from her home. Bates insists she is a scapegoat for the whole incident. She said that she is being blamed by members of Hunt County law enforcement, and they're trying to scramble to cover up for one of their own. I don't know. I don't think that police officers would ever do such a thing. She says, "I love how they're supposing all of these events to the story." So they don't really have anything tying her to the scene. It's very convenient. What happened if the accident had happened 2 miles from her house, right? So she's saying that she was at her house drinking, and it also says in this article that she was in a relationship with the deputy who the squad car is issued. So they're saying that they were drunk. And they got in the car, but she was driving when it hit the tree. So they arrested her for DUI. This article doesn't mention anything about. I'll post the link in the chat so you can read it. This article doesn't say anything about whether or not the deputy faced any charges in relation to this event. She does say that they were together and they were both drinking, and he left. Oddly enough, he can't remember anything of the event. Hammond admits he was drinking that night, but said he probably had 4 or 5 beers and does not believe they were drinking whiskey. He also said he was taking prescription medication at the time. "I'm not a whiskey drinker." Right before the accident, Bates said the two got into a loud argument. Okay, as couples do, they got into an argument, and I'm assuming that he got into a squad car and left. Or maybe they got into the squad car together and left. Why are this? I was intoxicated, but not intoxicated to the point where I would go, you know what? I'm going to get behind the wheel of a patrol car and leave with my boyfriend, who I just got into a huge argument with, and leave my infant child at home alone, she said. Noting her father lives with her, is disabled and unable to care for her son. Huh. That's what confuses me about the whole thing. He said, I'm not a stupid person. I don't do stupid things. I don't know what happened that night. Something went wrong. Something went bad. I would have never gotten so angry. I would have left her house, especially in my patrol car, he said. Okay, so somebody drove the fucking, somebody wrecked the car. Somebody wrecked the car. Wrecked the car. The loud argument woke up the father. I was awake. I heard the door slam. I got up. I came out here to the living room. I was going on. Tiffany was out here locking the front door. She was here when the front door slams, and I came out to see what was going on. He was taking off out of the driveway, and rocks was flying all over the place, and I could see his taillights going up the drive. All right, so this is a witness that said it wasn't her. Bates then told her father that she and Hammond had had an argument, and she took off drunk, and he took off drunk, apparently minutes before the accident. Okay, well, I think that means something, right? Okay, the accident. Lonoke is a small town. It's a lakeside community. I don't know if it's still a residential area, but it at one time was known for having a lot of old white people in it. Greg Stone said he thinks he came up to the. Let me check this. Huh. Apparently they haven't started the meeting yet, or at least the public section. Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Where was I? So the county issued the county issued patrol vehicle crashed. Hunt County 911 dispatchers report the call came in around 10:43. I think it did just happen. No cars, nothing around. What's wrong with this picture? He said he found Hammond in the car, sitting behind the wheel, apparently injured. He called 911. I think he's drunk. There was Hunt County attorney noted, photographic evidence presented to him indicates there was a 30-pack of beer in the car, and there would appear to be a prescription medication and personal items in the passenger seat. All right, well, if there's a 30-pack of beer in the passenger seat, well, that's kind of weird too. If the beer was sitting in the passenger seat and you drove the car into a tree, did you buckle the beer in? I've seen people do that before. Obviously, he didn't buckle himself in. I don't know. Maybe he buckled the beer in and didn't buckle himself in. Because if that's any right there, okay. If this picture is any indication, I don't think he had a seatbelt on. All right. We reached for comment Sunday, even though Hammond was talking about his girlfriend at the scene. He did not see her, but that doesn't mean there wasn't a woman at the scene. He cautioned, right? So even the witness is like, well, I didn't see nobody, but that doesn't mean nothing, right? That doesn't really see nothing. But he didn't see any women, so, there's that. I see no woman. He was sitting under a tree under the steering wheel. He couldn't or wouldn't give up his name. I wouldn't. Yeah, I get that. So what you're saying he was not being cooperative. He would not just comply. It's very possible, blah, blah, blah. All right, so Bates West Tawakoni home is little less than half, West Tawakoni home, by the way, is a little less than half a mile from the scene of the accident. The report notes Bates was the driver and Hammond was the passenger. Okay, so contrary to all the evidence or the witness statements, it must have been Bates that was the driver and not Hammond, because he said so, I'm assuming. The driver of the unit fled the scene of the accident, the report says. The passenger in the vehicle assumed the position of driver in the vehicle, and when police officers arrived on scene, was outside the vehicle. Okay, so he is saying that the lady was driving, crashed into the tree. He got out of the passenger side, and went and got into the driver's seat. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Red lights. Red lights were blinking, he recalled, noting there were probably 8 squad cars on scene. At the time, he just assumed it was a simple accident. So this is from this guy. This guy's Michael Stafford talking now. He lives across the street from the accident scene. He said the dogs were barking like crazy. He woke him up the night of the accident. He walked out of his home to see what was going on. So the first thing he says is red lights were blinking everywhere. So that must have been after some time had passed. Stafford said no one had asked what he saw that night. Said he didn't see anyone on scene that wasn't with law enforcement, nor did he notice anyone walking down the street the night of the accident. Well, he probably wouldn't if he, whatever. It's a pretty good hop, right? So he's not so sure that, that the police official report is accurate. It took when the two sober Herald Banner reporters walked the stretch of the roadway, it took them about 10 minutes, and they encountered several loose dogs. I have no doubt that that's true. I'm sure that they encountered lots of loose dogs because, that's what dogs do in the country. Oh, the emergency crews were denied access. All right, so the fire department shows up to an accident scene with an obvious, at least, I would think that somebody should look at this dude's head, right? And they were denied. I'm sure everyone was looking out for my injuries, and I'm sure I denied any kind of medical attention, he said. I'm sure they asked me if I wanted it, and I'm sure I denied it. Good statement. You said a lot of words and said nothing. I'm sure that I was injured. Okay, well, I don't know. Whatever. West Tawakoni Volunteer Fire Department, Chief Randy. Okay, Chief Randy says they were trying to work with the victims when the ambulance arrived, and they were not allowed access to the scene. We were told to get out of there. Leave, he said. We were not leaded. So we left. Well, at this time, he had been chief of the fire department for at least 10 years. And it's the first time in 10 years that the fire chief has been turned away from an accident scene. Huh. So why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up. I don't know what happened to the lady. I don't know the outcome of this story. What I do know is that it seems fishy. Of course, this report, this article it slants it in such a way that it seems really fishy. I'm sure that if it was written by the Hunt County Police Department or the Sheriff's Department, that it would be slanted the opposite way. So I have mailed off the request for some more information on this. I don't know if I'm going to get it because they like to hide some shit. West Tawakoni is a little bit different than the surrounding towns. I got to tell you, West Tawakoni has things like live streaming their council meetings. Presumably, I haven't seen one yet. We are waiting for that. I have the screen pulled up. But they, just in general, their police are usually a little bit, not so tyrannical, and their city council runs pretty efficiently, and it's not a real bad place to be. which is interesting when you also factor in that it's right next door to Hawk Cove. Right now, West Tawakoni does have a new member on their council, Rhonda McKeehan. Rhonda McKeehan is a very talented lady. She wears many hats. As a sitting member of the council in West Tawakoni, she is also employed as the chief of police in Hawk Cove, and also the city administrator. And that town is just doing so fantastically well that of course she should sit on the council for all the surrounding communities, so that she can spread her particular brand of politics. So it is also possible that the reason this broadcast hasn't started is because they are waiting to come out of executive session. It would be nice if they would, if I could know that. Give me a second while I see if I can connect the phone call.
Welcome and thank you for choosing freeconferencecall.com. You are helping people around the world communicate for free. Please enter your access code followed by the pound or access code or phone number you have dialed is incorrect. Please check your credentials and try again. You entered 2795. Please re-enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign. If you are the host, press star now. Otherwise, please wait and you will be joined into the conference.
All right. So can y'all hear the phone call audio? I think you can. Audio check for the. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. All right, now it's just a waiting game, I guess. Thanks for joining me. I guess while we're waiting, I did upload the Guillotine 2020 shirts to Teespring. So Watchdog News at teespring.com, you can get any of these designs in all kinds of sizes, colors, and styles. Some of these shirts. So my favorite that I've noticed is the comfort tee. I have a little bit of a longer torso, and they come in extra long, extra tall sizes, which is fantastic. The premium hoodies are badass. The fabric is like really soft. Awesome shit. So just to let you know, and I actually the classic tees or the comfort tees, their colors are a little bit different. So if you want a different color, that's why I put like the classic and the comfort tee with the same thing, so that you can get different colors, slightly different colors if you like. We got some stickers. These are the new ones, right? This is Fuck the Police. And this is Just Say No, I Don't Talk to Pigs, available in adults and kids sizes, as well as onesies. We got the Police State, which comes in all kinds of different colors. I just thought it looked pretty on pink. We got the Shit Is Fucked Up and Stuff. And this is the new one. This is the brand new one that just came out last night, Guillotine 2020. All right. It also comes in with stickers. and a cup. I thought the cup was cool. So there's that. Enter promo code AUTO at the checkout for 10% off. Man, at least the hold music is good. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I should probably click this, huh? I don't know. I assume that there's supposed to be action. Let's see, 2 p.m. Texas time. That was an hour ago. They haven't even announced the meeting.
Trying to reach the water department for a water or sewer emergency after hours. Please hang up and call 903-268-8918. Or if it's a medical or police issue, please hang up and call 911. Please select from the following options. Press 1 if you would like to speak to the water clerk to pay your water bill or to make park reservations. Press 2 for the court clerk or citations. Press 3 for the administrative assistant and accounts payable. Press 4 for code enforcement. Press 5 for city secretary. Press 6 for city administrator. You have reached the desk of Annette Lemons, City Secretary. I'm either away from my desk or on the other line. I take a 30-minute lunch daily from 12:30 to 1. If you leave your name and telephone number, I will be happy to get back to you. Thank you. Please leave your message after the tone. When finished, hang up or press the pound key.
Hello, this is Winston Knowles. I'm in the conference call for the council meeting today on June 18th. It's supposed to be a 2 o'clock special session. I didn't hear an announcement or a call to order or anything like that, so I'm not even sure if there is a council meeting going on or if it's going to be broadcast. If you could give me a call back, my phone number is I didn't get an answer from the city secretary, so I guess we'll keep waiting. Forensic code? No, I don't know. I never heard anything. I was here. I called them. They didn't answer either. Okay, well, we're already way over the time that they said that the meeting was supposed to start. I haven't heard anything. I haven't gotten an email back. I emailed them last night about public comments. I called them. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just wanted to watch what was going to happen. Obviously, that's not going to happen. So, thanks for tuning in. If this is West Tawakoni, Texas. If you have, here, let me pull it up. Because, of course, nobody can spell it. And there's the link. All right, so that's West Tawakoni, Texas. Sorry, guys, to basically bring you out here for an hour of smooth jazz, I guess. That's good. See you next time.